What's up, guys? I got like new headphones and all the things. I'm gonna have to work on my setup here as far as the podcast goes. If I plan on making this more serious, which I do, weekly episodes are coming out. You know, they're gonna be coming out nonstop. But what I want to talk about this week, I hope you guys enjoyed last week, the 10 things I've learned around my health and fitness journey, or during my health and fitness journey, on my health and fitness journey. So many things that we just like overlook, and that you like if I would have made this video like years ago, I probably would have said, I mean, I did make a blog list, right? But I would have said like, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another week of Health Unscripted with Dr. Dwyer. I am excited to pop on this week. I got some real headphones right now that are definitely noise canceling. I was using like Apple headphones before, and let's just say, no, we want to be official. If we want to be an official podcaster, we got to act like an official podcaster. So we got the mic, we got the ring light, we got the video setup going, we got the headphones going. It's just going to put me in that vibe, right? If you tuned into last week's episode, we talked about the 10 things I've learned across my health and fitness journey. So what I've learned, and they've changed throughout the years. If you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to that episode, because I think it's really eye-opening. You think it's going to be things like carbs matter, like we really should eat carbs. And like, yeah, that's super important, but that's not like a giant dial mover. Like as I've progressed in my health and fitness journey and become a better coach and become a better client and just done things with my own body, those aren't the type of little basic things that I've focused on anymore. Like, yes, those are super important. So actually that just like popped into my head, like, oh, maybe we should make like a basic list and then like a non-basic list. Like on the basic list, like carbs would be obviously very important, and timing of eating doesn't really matter, right? Like those are things that we do now. Like, oh, should we eat breakfast, skip breakfast? Definitely don't skip breakfast, by the way. But eating after 7 p.m., 8 p.m., like really doesn't make a difference. Like those are the things that we learn early on in our fitness journey. But since I've been on this journey for so long, now they've just adapted to different things like, fiber. Like when would I ever be talking about fiber? And now I'm like, dude, fiber is the goat. We need fiber. Like absolutely get that fiber in. So anyway, go check that episode out if you haven't already. This episode is going to launch when? March. Where are we? What is today? This is going to launch March 2nd. So I will have an announcement coming soon on the Monday after March 2nd, which, let's do math, Ashley. March 6th, probably. I will be announcing something really cool that we're going to be bringing to Team BDN. So for now, this is just a little teaser. Get ready, get your engines rolling. But this week, I'm really excited to talk about the 7 things I've learned by hiring a health coach and by working with health coaches. Now, yes, I am a health coach on my own, but over the years, I've worked with different health coaches, trainers, you name it. Like I had a trainer for my bodybuilding competitions who did my nutrition and who worked out with me in the gym. And then I kind of did my own thing. And then I like dated a trainer. Like, we're not going to lie. This is my life, who taught me some things. And then I hired health coaches, and then I hired another health coach for another reason. And then I have a health coach now who's also a friend. Shout out to Allie Gilbert. Woo! But what I've learned from hiring a health coach, because some of the things we hear and kickback from sales calls and prospective calls is like, do I really need a coach? I can do it on my own. It's kind of a really big financial commitment. Is this really for me? What am I going to learn? Am I going to fail? I don't want to fail, right? Because we've already like failed all these fad diets. Like we don't want to fail a coaching team too, because it is a bigger investment and we're putting more skin in the game. So I want to make this podcast because I think coaching is amazing. And I have business coaches too. And I've hired a bunch of different business coaches as well to get me from where I am, where I was as a pharmacist and a brand new startup business owner, to where we are now 4 years later, and what we're kind of doing and able to do, because I didn't know anything about business. Like drugs sold themselves. I was a pharmacist. People just came and wanted my meds. But as a health coach, it's kind of how you're feeling. Like you're You might not know anything about health and nutrition and fitness. So that's what we're here for. And if you do know something about health and fitness, you don't know everything. And that's actually one of my points. So let's dive into the 7 things I've learned from hiring a coach. All right. So specifically a health coach, not a business coach. We're going to be talking about health stuff this time. So 1, accountability is priceless. Like for me, yes, I do this for a living. I could do my own nutrition. I can do my own programming, etc. But nobody's checking in with me. I'm not checking in with myself. Even if you're sitting at home and you're like, I know how to do all this stuff, who's checking in with you? Who's your accountability partner? Because life happens, we get so busy and we kind of like fall off. And so without accountability, who's tracking? Who's like actually making sure you're doing it? Is it you? Yeah, but you're not going to be as strict as a coach. So honestly, I used to hire people specifically to keep me accountable to them and accountable to myself. And that was a huge dial mover, is having someone checking in with you, having someone who cares about your results other than you, and just having these standpoints where you can like see where you're at, see how far you come. Accountability is amazing. And I will say, especially if you're a really like busy professional or busy mom, running around, job, everything, like you need that extra support to just be like, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? Like, let's see where we're at. Send me your shit, right? Accountability is priceless. Like, depending on what goal you're working on, that could be worth like, honestly, it could be, you couldn't value accountability and it could be worth nothing to you. Like, you don't really care. It could be worth $1 million to some people to have someone checking in on them. It is priceless, in my opinion. Just having that accountability totally makes it worth it. Number 2 of what I've learned by hiring a coach, the education you are going to get is unmatched. Now, obviously that depends on the type of coach and who you hire, right? The coach you hire, the team you hire, what they stand for, what they believe in, etc. So for example, I said this would be health related. So my first health coach and my first person for my trainers and stuff was specifically for bodybuilding. I learned so much about the sport of bodybuilding just from this person. Did he know like metabolism and hormones? No, not at all. And you could definitely tell. But I learned so much about that from him. My health coach now, Allie, she is the queen of men's health, but she is amazing at programming. And we've also like, I had some difficulties. If you heard some of my other podcast episodes, like the hardest 8.5 pounds I've ever gained. I had some stress, like catabolic issues going on within my body where I just could not gain weight. And so we together learned how to combat that and what was going on. And so you hire someone for their expertise, and then you learn that expertise in a shorter amount of time. And it is amazing. Like what you learn, you would not like, let me give it to you guys straight. I did 4 years of pharmacy school, 3 years of undergrad in science. Like I've done all these nutrition certifications and mindset certifications and all the things, but actually working with someone who does this and can explain it to you in layman's terms, and you can see it being done on your own body, and like you're getting that experience. Experience is the greatest teacher. And the education you will get from hiring a coach and all their resources and the community that you get is unmatched. It is awesome. It's like a semester or a certification, but for like half the price or a quarter of the price, or I don't even know what the price tag is, but it is unmatched, the education you are going to get. So obviously hire someone, if you are going to hire a coach, who actually has something to teach you and not just like a meal plan to give you. They need to teach you how to be your best self and how to do that. Sorry if you hear the barking. Apparently I have a delivery and my dog is crazy, if you can hear that in the background. So number 3, of the 7 things I've learned from hiring a coach, community support and a team make you feel like you belong. They help you keep going. And all we all want is like to break it down. People just want to feel like they belong. People want to feel like they're on a team and that they're being supported and that they belong somewhere. And when you have a team aspect to your coaching, or you have like-minded people going through the same similar goal and the same similar struggles, you're finally like, I found my people. I found my tribe, and it motivates you. It makes you want to keep going. You can share your stories. You can share your struggles. You can get the answers and you can get feedback from other people who are going through the same things. And I think that is so, so, so important because around your life, like maybe your spouse or your family or, just your significant other, kids, like whoever you're surrounded by, your coworkers aren't super healthy and they don't really care about eating clean. They don't really care about working out. They don't like the gym. They don't want to go. So it's really you who's got to motivate you. You don't really have a teammate or someone there. They support your goals and they're like, okay, if you want to eat this for dinner, cool, but I'm going to eat this. Like they're supportive of your goals, but they're not doing the same thing, right? So when you join a coaching team and when you hire a coach, you get this built-in community, you get this built-in family. And I think it's such a huge part of being successful because, like I said, you feel like you belong, you feel like you have extra support, you feel like you have that tribe that you can just like get suggestions and just kind of be you and have extra support on this journey because the journey's not easy. We know it's not easy. So having that extra team support is amazing. I didn't really think, I've never been like a group project person. I was always like the solo worker because I could do it more efficiently on my own. Like, I don't know, call me type A, call me whatever you want. But I did team projects and like they were fine, but you always have that one person who like doesn't do the work or whatever. Like I ended up taking the lead in the team projects. Like that's just who I am. So I never really dove into like maybe being a part of teams as much. And then I started this company and I leaned into more business coaching teams and I leaned into more support things and I love it. It's like a light bulb switch went off for me and I was like, okay, this is actually really great. And I feel like at home now, and I actually need this motivation and seeing other people's wins and struggles, like is really keeping me on task and really making me want to stay working or making me want to hit the gym today because they hit the gym today. Right. So I learned that community support and the team is amazing. Number 4, if you're looking for quick fixes and you're looking for a shortcut to your goals, hiring a coach is that shortcut. That's going to sound crazy because you can get like some online supplement where you lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks or whatever the failed funky promises that they're giving you, like the lie that they're selling you. Yeah, you're going to do that. You're going to lose some weight in the couple of weeks and then you're going to binge and then you're going to stop doing that. And then you're going to gain it all back. And then you're just going to keep this roller coaster and this stuff going on forever. That is going to keep you stuck in this cycle for a long, long, long time. So the shortcut is actually hiring a coach because they are going to give you that accountability, that education, that community support. They are going to actually give you a streamlined plan to your goals so that you don't have to do the fad diets and the wannabe quick fixes anymore. You're not going to have to go backwards. You're not going to have to start over anymore. You're actually going to get the answers and the plan that works for you if you're hiring the right coach, right? Like I said, stay away from the PDFers and the cookie cutter plans. Do the ones that do individual plans like ourselves, like the individual custom macros or the individual training plans, like really focused on individual check-ins and stuff like that and what your body's doing. This is your shortcut because you're not going to be able to go back after you're finished with a coaching team. You're not. We want you to fire us eventually. So we want you to get to a point where you learn all the things and you're doing amazing. And then you can fire us and like live your life and be super successful. So what I learned from hiring a coach is this is my shortcut. And a firsthand example of that is I tried on my own for a year to regain the weight back that I had lost. I lost 8.5 pounds. And I was really, really thin. So I tried on my own with training, with cutting back training, with eating more, like trying to eat as much as possible. Like I just didn't understand what was going on in my body. I had no idea. And I started to get super frustrated and I was done. I was like, I had it. I had spent a year at this point. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I hired a coach and within 6 months I had gained the 8 pounds back. Because of the strategies, the education, and what I learned and what we did. And that leads into numbers 5 and number 6 for me, but I'll get there in a second. But I would have never gotten to where I am right now. And I can confidently say that I wouldn't have just figured it out one day because you don't know what you don't know. I would have never gotten to where I'm at now with gaining and bulking and being able to finally put back on muscle, etc., if I did not hire a coach. And I am a coach. So for me to say that is like a big deal. So that moves me into number 5, which is I don't need to do everything on my own. Just because I am a coach, it doesn't mean that I need to do my nutrition programming, my nutrition protocols, my fitness programming and make myself get the results, I can outsource that. If I don't feel like putting together workouts for myself, I can hire a coach to put together workouts for me. So I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to think about it. That is amazing. That is liberating and it is freeing. It's like, okay, yeah, now that I'm doing what I'm doing and I see the pattern, I could totally fire my coach and continue doing it on my own, but I don't want to. Now I'm addicted to the outsourcing of you handle my nutrition, you handle my programming, and I just show up and do it. And I love it. And then I have you checking in on me too. Done. Game changer. That is what you get in coaching, is that you no longer have to do the things on your own. And I had this joke before, like, listen, if you are worried about failing or you're worried about messing up again, because that's what I've heard, we say when we try fad diets or we try other things that really aren't meant for us, is like, I'm just going to mess up and it's not going to work. If it does mess up, or if the program is not right, or if something's not working, you can blame it on your coach because they're doing it. So you don't have to take the responsibility anymore when you hire a coach. It's pretty awesome. That's like an added tip that's not really in the 7 things I've learned, but it just popped into my head. And I was like, I remember making that joke to a client before, like, blame it on me. Just blame it on me and then I'll fix it. It's fine. So I don't need to do everything on my own. I can totally outsource. And sometimes that is the most freeing feeling ever, whether you're a coach or whether you're not a coach. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Someone else can worry about it for you. Done. Chef's kiss. Number 6, the mental help that you get depending on your coach is a game changer. And I say that because these transformations are way more mental than physical sometimes. Stress will take over, emotions will take over with different things in life too, not even your plan, just like a breakup, a divorce, traveling, job stress, deadlines, etc. Like some of this stuff will take over and it will affect your appetite. It will affect your schedule. It will affect your training. So when you hire a coach, you have a mini therapist. Like obviously there are things that we cannot do and that's outside of our scope, but you do have someone to talk these things out with. You do have someone to shift your mental perspective and shift your mindset of how you're thinking about the problem and give you a different perspective. On our team too, at Team BDN Coaching, we have a mental health counselor that we have on staff that does mental health coaching calls every single month with our team. So she gets on, she has a topic ready to go. She opens it up for Q&A at the end. It's awesome. And we brought this person on because we know how much of a mental and emotional struggle it can be. And so if you don't have a therapist, like you kind of do when you hire a coach. So you get a friend, a cheerleader, a therapist, like it's a running joke in the industry that coaches are also therapists. The mental health and the mental gains that you will get are beyond, even in just your transformation, like confidence and, the all or nothing mindset is something big that we shift from, or fixed from growth mindset, or moving into a growth mindset from a fixed mindset. Like, before maybe you would get sick or get injured, like twist your ankle and be like, well, I'm out for like 4 weeks from the gym. There's absolutely nothing I can do. But now you twist your ankle and you have a coach and she's like, well, that's fine. Then we just won't use your ankle. We'll do all upper body stuff. We'll formulate your nutrition to be differently. And then you start to see things differently. And you're like, okay, I don't have to totally give up or toss everything into what's the saying I'm trying to think here. Anyway, throw it all away because one thing is out of whack. We start to look for solutions instead, and we help you find those solutions when maybe you can't think of them. So the mindset and mental health is a game changer and honestly, totally worth it as well. These aren't even things I've learned of like what needs to be included in the program. These are just side effects of hiring a coach, and they're awesome. And last but not least, number 7, and I wanted to add this because, and some of you are going to be like, how with a health coach? Number 7 is you will make the money back that you have invested into yourself for a plan. And how you're going to do that is when you go through a transformation, and when it's a health transformation, not only are you making different choices food-wise, which means you will spend less in the grocery store usually, or spend less eating out more and drinking more. So you're going to accumulate that money back. You're also going to gain so much confidence and such a different attitude of like badassery that's going to show up in different areas of your life. Also at work, you're probably going to do better at your job. You'll have more mental clarity. You'll have more stamina. You'll have more energy to do things. You will make the money back. You will. I've made money back from my coaching. I've made money back, obviously, from business coaching, which I always used to say, like, what's an easy sell to be a business coach? People invest in you and then you're teaching them how to make money so they can make back that ROI. But the ROI that you get from a health coach is physical, mental, emotional, and monetary. You do end up making that money back, and you do end up noticing how much less you spend on other frivolous crap. Although I will say you're probably going to have to buy new clothes because, we're dropping sizes, or we're building booties, or we're building backs. You're going to have to probably buy, a new wardrobe, or you're going to buy a new wardrobe because you just feel so freaking confident and good in yourself that you're willing to like wear the shorts now, or the spaghetti strap tank top, or the bikini. Yes, but we're not going to be buying that other stuff. So see, it's all going to balance out. You will make the money back, and the ROI and how you feel, how you look, and your health. Ooh, that's another one. I love how I'm just having like random squirrel brain moments. When you start taking care of yourself and your health how you're supposed to, you will then ward off diseases and other illnesses that are going to cost you in medicine, supplements, doctor visits, hospital visits, and beyond, depending on what it is, knock on wood, right? Take care of yourself now. If you don't, what's the saying? If you don't have money to invest in your health now, have money to invest in illness later. And it's a lot. As a pharmacist, that's a lot of money. Is a lot of money. And insurance companies are corrupt. The whole health system is corrupt. It's a lot. So take the time now to learn the strategies and take care of yourself. So just as a refresher, because I've gone through the whole list, the 7 things I've learned from hiring a coach are: accountability is priceless. My favorite thing, end all be all. I love accountability. Education is unmatched from hiring a coach. Community support and a team make you feel like you belong, and we all just want to belong, and we want people with similar goals to feel motivated. It's awesome. 4, this is your shortcut. Hiring a coach is the shortcut. This is the way to the long game. This is the shortcut. 5, I don't need to do everything on my own. I can outsource it. Someone else can do it for me. Amazing. 6, the mental health is a game changer. You get a therapist and it's awesome. And then 7, you will make the money back in some way, shape, or form. We always do when we invest into ourselves. It always comes back to us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments, shout me out on Instagram, slide in my DMs if you have any questions about anything I said on this podcast. As always, it was super fun to come on here and chat with you guys, kind of. I wish I really could chat with you guys. Stay tuned for next week. I'll have another episode up. And like I said, we have a teaser and a new program that's coming to Team BDN next week. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. One more thing I'll say is that if you've been wanting to join one-on-one coaching, but maybe it's out of your price range, stay tuned for the new program. Okay, cool. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.